A haunted deputy, a mysterious wolf, a town spiraling into madness. What begins as a routine call turns into a twisted nightmare of hallucinations, murders, and a father's deadly obsession. The real horror, it's not what's hiding in the woods, it's what's hiding inside him. Stick around, because this story only gets darker and the truth will chill you to the bone. Let's dive in. The film begins with a man who is hearing voices echoing in his head saying, "Search the trees! Search everywhere!" Then someone calls out his name. Holding a balloon in his hand, this is Ren, a deputy officer. Ren walks to his car where he receives a call from the station about a case. But according to Ren, his son has a match today and he is on his way there. While driving ahead, he sees a girl walking in front of him. Ren tells her to turn around, and we see that the girl is drenched in blood and holding something in her hands. It appears she is carrying a baby, but the surprising thing is that Ren knows her because he calls her by name, Alma. Ren approaches Alma and covers her up. Then we see both of them sitting at the police station where we find out that Alma wasn't in that condition because something extreme had happened to her. Rather, Alma's dog had been killed, and she was distressed because of that. A wolf and a bunch of goats had ganged up and killed her dog. She had gone swimming with Tig. Now you might be wondering who Tig is. So yes, Tig was Alma's dog. While telling this, Alma starts crying and says that she and her dog were heading home when the goats surrounded them. Then a wolf showed up. Tigger was protecting Alma, and when she dropped the leash, the wolf killed Tig. Then Alma reminds Ren of their school days and makes him promise that he will kill that wolf. While thinking this, we see Ren sitting in the car. At the same time, Ren notices a boy standing behind the car, which startles him. Just then, Ren's colleague Murph arrives. They are standing outside the stadium. Then they begin watching the match, where Ren's son, Jack, is seen giving an excellent performance. Jack's team wins the match, and we see Ren standing on the ground holding a balloon. Then Jack arrives along with his mother Connie and her lover Larry. Ren had brought the balloon as a gift because he had once promised his son during childhood that if Jack ever gave his best performance, Ren would get him a balloon. But Ren had forgotten that his son was no longer a little child. Then Jack leaves from there with his mother and uncle, and Ren suddenly remembers Alma's promise about killing the wolf, along with a brief flashback in which Jack is seen celebrating with his mother. After this, we see Ren driving at night. On Route 22, suddenly a wild goat appears in front of his car. Ren steps out of the vehicle and notices there are more goats present. Then they run into the forest, and Ren follows them. On the ground, he sees a dog's collar and some flesh, and then he sees a huge wolf standing in front of him. Upon seeing the wolf, Ren tells it to run away because he still remembers the promise he made to Alma, but he doesn't actually want to kill the wolf. Now, the wolf starts running toward Ren and says, "I'm the wolf, and you're the weasel." Ren gets scared and runs back toward the road. There, he receives a call from Jack, but Ren speaks to him rudely. The next day, Ren arrives at the police station where the captain offers him a promotion. At the same time, Murph also joins them. Then Alma arrives with a bouquet to thank Ren for yesterday and invites him to dinner that night. After this, we see Ren standing in front of the mirror, where he has a flash of the wolf. Just then, Jack also arrives. After meeting him, Ren leaves for the dinner. Upon reaching Alma's house, we see Alma and Ren having dinner together and reminiscing about their past. Alma has always been Ren's crush. Meanwhile, Jack is walking on the road with his dog, Rocky, when suddenly a wolf attacks from behind. When Jack turns around to look at it, at that moment, Ren wakes up from this nightmare. He had fallen asleep at Alma's house, and Alma is shown making breakfast. Then Alma leaves the house, and Ren receives a call, prompting him to go to the police station. While sitting there, he touches his neck, and his fingers get stained with blood from his own neck. Connie, Larry, the captain, and Murph are also present there, because Jack has gone missing. During this, it's revealed that Jack is missing and his dog was found dead, with its collar discovered on Route 22, which Ren confirms. Now the question arises, Was the collar and the dog flesh Ren saw earlier actually from Jack's dog? But Ren had seen it before, while the wolf attacked Jack during Ren and Alma's dinner date. Anyway, this confusion will only become clear as the story progresses. Ren says he saw the wolf on the same route where goats are commonly found, so he believes the wolf is responsible for everything. He sets out to find his son. Meanwhile, at the police station, Officer Ashley arrives feeling extremely hot, clearly drunk, and starts vomiting. The receptionist, Pam, has to clean up after him. Ren and Murph go out in search of Jack. On the way, a goat appears in front of their car, and another crashes into it from behind, breaking the windshield. The goats then run into the forest. Ren chases them while Murph stays in the car, but eventually joins Ren at his insistence. Then they start searching for Jack. We see, as night falls, they are still searching for Jack. The flashlight battery dies, and while checking it, Ren briefly sees the wolf in place of Murph, which scares him. They light a fire and sit down. Murph dozes off, confessing he transferred to this unit because he's a peace lover. After he sleeps, Ren hears footsteps and thinks it's Jack. But it's Ashley in a strange condition. A fight breaks out and Ashley covers Ren's face with his cap. When Ren removes the cap, he finds himself in a boat in the middle of a river. In front of him, there's a fire with a wolf sitting on a chair, surrounded by dancing human-like goats. Turning around, Ren sees Alma approaching, wearing a floral and dry bushes crown and a white gown. She tells him to search the trees and everywhere else, then says someone stole Jack and warned her not to reveal it. She pinches Ren's ear, drawing blood, and suddenly appears sitting in the same chair in the fire where the wolf was. The wolf and the goats burn her alive. The wolf then points toward the river, where Ren sees Jack's jacket. He wakes up, still in the forest, sleeping near Murph. Ren wakes Murph up to check the river, and a search team arrives to comb through it, but there's still no trace of Jack. Once again, Ren gets blood on his fingers from his neck. He mentions that Ashley also showed up in the woods that night. Later, Ren returns home and sees the oven, where he notices a crab moving inside the meatloaf, which terrifies him. Alma comes rushing in with a knife, yelling she had been making the meatloaf for Ren. But when they check, the meatloaf is completely fine. Nobody believes Ren when he says he saw the wolf, except for Alma, who trusts him. They share some tender moments, and Ren opens up emotionally, remembering Jack and sharing his pain with Alma. Then Ren's phone rings, and when he checks it, he's shocked to see the call is from Alma. He's stunned, and suddenly Alma appears behind him, her face on fire, and calls him a greedy piggy. Terrified, Ren throws on her. Ghost Alma warns him that someone is coming who will kill everyone. Ren runs out of the house in panic. After that, Ren goes to Alma's actual house and starts banging on the door, but no one answers. Then a woman appears behind him, feeling hot and taunting him, then suddenly starts vomiting as she approaches. Ren, frightened, shoots her. Ren heads back to the police station, where the captain and Murph inform him that Ashley was found dead in the woods. Blood was everywhere, and shockingly, some of the blood matched that of Ren's son, Jack. Because of this, the officers want to interrogate Ren. At that moment, Pam enters, saying she's feeling hot and begins vomiting. The captain goes to call a doctor, while Ren goes to the bathroom and starts washing the vomit off his uniform. Ren begins to feel strange while looking at himself in the mirror. When he steps outside, his co-workers attempt to arrest him for the murders of Ashley and Jack. This is because in the woods, Alma found a weapon and a blood-soaked moonshine jug with Ren's fingerprints on them. Ren denies the allegations and tries to involve Murph, saying that he too saw the goats and that it was the wolf who killed Ashley. As Ren is still defending himself, one of the officers suddenly starts feeling hot, and Pam, who is nearby, begins vomiting again and then starts transforming. After going through an agonizing process, Pam transforms into a goat and charges at everyone to attack. Amid the chaos, Ren grabs the captain and hides with him. The captain then sends Ren to hunt down the wolf, so Ren sets out in his car. On the road, he encounters the wolf and the goats again. The wolf repeats the phrase, "I'm the wolf, and you're the weasel." This time, Ren admits that yes, he is a greedy piggy, but he just wants his son back. When Ren asks about Jack, the wolf gestures in a certain direction. Ren looks that way, and a flashback is shown. Jack is walking with his dog, Rocky, when someone stops him from behind, like we see before, that the wolf had attacked Jack. But in reality, it's Ren himself. Ren insists on taking Jack with him for a swim, even though the water is freezing cold. While Ren enjoys himself in the water, Jack struggles with the icy temperature. Then, Ren suggests playing a game called Wolf and Weasel, where Ren is the wolf and Jack is the weasel. The rules. Ren asks a question, and if Jack lies, he must go underwater. Ren asks Jack if he likes baseball. Then we're shown another flashback where Jack is calling Mr. Cook, who reveals that Jack isn't interested in baseball. He actually wants to be a musician and a drummer. So now, when Ren asks him the question, Jack lies and says he does like baseball. Ren then dunks him underwater. In the flashback after call, Ren sees Jack celebrating with his mom and Larry, which triggers Ren's anger. Ren, driven by rage, keeps drowning Jack, not just out of anger, but because he wanted Jack to become like him, a baseball champion, even though Jack was never interested in it. Ren holds Jack under the water so ruthlessly that eventually, Jack dies. Jack's dog, Rocky, runs toward him, and at that moment Ashley arrives and shines his torch on Ren. Seeing Jack's body, Ashley begins questioning Ren, but Ren, now acting strangely, emerges from the water, grabs the moonshine jug from Ashley, gets drunk, and chases him to kill him. Ashley runs into the woods, and Ren follows, violently smashing Ashley's face with the jug until he dies. When Ren reaches toward Ashley's face, we see that Ren's hand now resembles that of a wolf. Ren suddenly wakes up from this nightmare, shaken, and is flooded with flashbacks of Alma. He walks into the kitchen, and upon touching his neck, again finds blood on his fingers. Then behind a curtain, he spots a red balloon and walks toward it. Behind the balloon, he discovers Jack's dead body. Horrified, Ren comes out of the house crying, only to find a group of police officers outside. And in front of them all, Alma is standing, pointing a gun at Ren. Then, a flashback reveals that Alma was actually the police officer interrogating Ren, not the other way around, as it had seemed in the beginning of the film when Ren was shown questioning Alma. In truth, it was Alma in charge from the start. Now, Alma is here to arrest Ren, with Murph by her side. Just then, Ren sees the wolf standing behind Alma, taunting him with the words, "Save them! Save yourself!" Ren grabs Murph's gun. A final flashback shows Alma advising Ren during the interrogation that he should fix his mistakes instead of repeating them. Back in the present, Alma shoots Ren. The film ends with a flashback of Ren holding the red balloon, returning to where it all began. Hence, Ren himself was a wolf. So, dear viewers, how did you like this recap? Do let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting updates. Thank you.